Right, so I'm walking outside and shit, right? Enjoying my night, and I come across a so-called church, right? The church is really a gathering of Israelites spreading the gospel, right? Crawford Memorial, Methodist Church, right? They don't even know what the fuck they talk about, right? You go to Acts 7, right? Might be 48. Actually look at the verse right now. Yeah, Acts 7:48. Howbeit the Most High Yahweh dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet. Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool. What house will ye build me? Right? Nigga, picture the Yahweh, right, having his feet upon the earth. Literally, it's his footstool, right? How you gonna build a house where he gonna dwell at, right? He dwells within you. Matthew 18 and 20. We're gonna get that next, right? What house will ye build me, said the Lord Yahweh? Or what is the place of my rest, right? Let's end off in Matthew 18 and 20, right? And there's even in Corinthians, I'm not too sure the chapter that says, don't you know that the Most High is within you, right? So, proof right there, right? And we can even get Blue Letter Bible up on this shit, right? After 18 and 20. Get this shit first. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. Right? Now let's get perfect. Actually, let's get Blue Letter Bible. Uh Church, right? Even Simeon, right? What verse? I'm not sure on the verse, but the prophets were being called Niger, right? We can get that too. Lord, now remember, right? And then build a church. Ecclesia, right? A gathering of citizens called out from their homes in some public place. An assembly of the people, right? The assembly of the Israelites, right? Come on, stop playing, man. Stop fucking playing. What I still gonna get? Church, assembly, Israelites. Hold on, let me remember. To the oh yeah, yeah, I do remember. It's definitely Second Corinthians. First Corinthians. Yeah, First Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth within you. So why are you going like? Now I'm not saying it can't be inside a building, right? It nigga called out to whoever, right? As long as the two or three spreading the gospel, the Most High, is dwelleth is right with you, right? You get Amos 3:7, the Most High revealeth His plans to the servants and prophets, right? So, nigga. Those same prophets and servants are prophesying the downfall of Babylon and testifying of Yahweh Shai, of Yahweh about Shem Yahweh Shai, right? So they could again, right, 7:48, right? They even brought up for me, right? Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as said the prophet. And funny enough, one of my friends that I had cut off, right? He was saying, "Oh, it's a Sunday, y'all should be here, but y'all at home." Nigga, I replied to him, I said, bro, Acts 7:48, and he's the so-called Christ here, right? Acts 7:48, the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, right? Come on. Where there are two or three in my name, there I am with them. Right? Matthew 18:20, and First Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, right? So why are you building the church, right, on a Sunday too, which really comes from fucking the Romans and shit, I think what's his name? Might be Constantine. Might be Constantine, right? He remained a committed sun worshiper despite converting to so-called Christianity, right? Because in their eyes, Christianity is, you know, worshiping the white Jesus, and nigga, Jesus not even his name, right? His name is Yahweh Shai. He's a dark skinned man, right? So, nigga, right? Nonetheless, you know, that's all Roman tradition, right? Worship on a Sunday. Yeah, he remained a committed sun worshiper despite converting to Christianity, right? Don't forget the fucking same Romans, right? They invaded Jerusalem, Not too sure on the year, but maybe in 300 AD. Not too sure. I have to research that real quick. But yeah, and they stole the Hebrew scrolls and mixed it with pagan beliefs, mixed with the ancient truth. Therefore came Christianity, right? And he changed Saturday, which is the original Sabbath, which is not really a Sabbath. The Sabbath is every new moon, right? Every month is a new moon, so that's that, right? And you know, from there on out, the so-called Sabbath was changed to Sunday. So now that's why you see everybody, all the grandmas and grandfathers and kids, they drag the kids along with the so-called tradition, dress them up and go to church on Sunday and listen to pastors, right? Who have no fucking knowledge, right? You get Titus the first chapter, right? And they do this shit for money, right? Right? Titus 1 and 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, right? And this is obviously talking about the Israelites, right? Of the circumcision, right? Forgive me if it's not, but I'm pretty sure it is, right? And 11, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things they should not, for filthy lucre's sake. And lucre means money, right? Lucre means money, right? Money, especially when regarded as sordid or distasteful gain in a dishonorable way, right? So they're dishonoring the name of the Most High and His Son, right? Calling upon Jesus and God. God is just a title, and the Most High name Yahweh, and the Son's name Yahweh Shai, right? For money's sake, right? They getting fucking brand new cars off of your donations and shit. But hey, judgment is gonna be passed on to them nonetheless, right? So there's nothing you can do that's gonna escape the Most High's eyes on you, right? The Most High is seeing everything, every thought He formed you, right? So judgment will surely be played out upon them. And with that, I'm gonna say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, right? Barakathum, meaning bless you all, hopefully you were edified. Hopefully you see the next video. And this is the video I just happened to record. It's just a church, right? To recap, the church is the assembly of the Israelites, right? First Corinthians 3 and 16, Acts 7:48, Matthew 18 and 20, right? They all prove that Most High is all not in temples. You Israelites, you Black Hispanics, Native Americans, and Latinos, you are the true chosen people of the Most High, right? You share in the promises, unless you got to repent first, because we're going astray. Our minds go astray for the Most High. Now we got to seek Him 10 times more, right? So with that, I'm staying strong. Shalom.